Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to prepare for and pass a United Nations interview. So it does not matter which job you are applying for within the United Nations, or for that matter which country you are applying within. Please do watch this tutorial from beginning to end because it will make a big difference to your preparation. I'm going to give you a number of interview questions and also suggested answers. So like I say, please do stick around and watch it from beginning to end. Now, before I get into those questions and answers and the tips, a very warm welcome to this United Nations interview training tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn. That's me there in the centre, and I've been helping people for about 20 years now to pass their interviews, and I do that primarily by always giving you top scoring answers. Please do subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the weekly training videos that I'm uploading. We have about 200,000 subscribers now within our interview training community, and I don't want you to miss out. Also, if you are enjoying this tutorial or if you find it useful, please do give it a thumbs up by clicking the like button below the video. That always motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you very much. Now, in this tutorial, I am going to cover both standard United Nations interview questions and also competency-based interview questions too, because as you probably know, the United Nations do use competency-based interview questions to assess your skills and qualities. Now, I want to quickly stress that all of the proceeds from this video and the accompanying guide are going to be donated to UNICEF. Okay, so we don't make any money from this video. All of the advertising costs and the guide that I offer you, the sales from that, do go to that brilliant charity, UNICEF. Okay, let's get into my United Nations interview questions and answers. Here we go. So the first question that I want you to prepare for is, tell me about yourself and the qualities you can bring to the United Nations. So here is my suggested answer. I first became aware of the great work carried out by the United Nations when I was younger, and being someone who feels passionately about the values and ethics you abide by, the passion, skills and experiences I possess are a natural fit for this role. Now, prior to applying, I considered carefully the UN mission and vision statements, and more importantly, the competencies needed to perform this role to the right levels. Now, my experiences to date include always acting with professionalism and integrity, being able to work effectively as a wider team, having a can-do and persistent approach to all tasks, being able to communicate strongly with clients and stakeholders, and also planning and organising my work effectively. I strongly believe that if I am successful in my ambition to working for the United Nations in this role, I will be able to contribute positively to the team and the organisation to help you continually work towards achieving your objectives. So that's a very strong and positive answer. It is in-depth, but it's my belief that by creating in-depth answers, you are effectively doing something different than the majority of candidates, which is giving them evidence of why you are the right person for the role. The second interview question, why do you want to work for the United Nations? So what are your reasons? And in your preparation for this interview question, I would encourage you to write down 5 reasons why you want to work for the United Nations. Here is my suggested answer. I want to work for the United Nations simply because you are an organisation who shares the same passion and beliefs that I have held for many years. Promoting international peace, strengthening action towards climate control, human rights, the eradication of poverty and education are all objectives I want to be a part of. The work you carry out is ongoing and requires determination, professionalism, integrity and patience, and I would feel immensely proud to be a part of your organisation. I understand that to work for the United Nations there comes a huge amount of responsibility, and I am ready for the challenge that this role will bring if you deem me to be a suitable fit for your organisation. So that, in my view, it provides a number of great reasons why you would want to work for the United Nations. And it shows that you've really thought carefully about the reasons why. But as I say, I encourage you to write down your own 5 reasons why you want to work for this incredible organisation. Next interview question, provide an example of when you experienced a setback at work. So this is an example of a United Nations competency-based interview question, and we have to give them a specific example, a specific scenario that you've been in, when you experienced a setback at work. Now, the important thing is that you had a setback, but what you did about it. So you have to be positive. You have to look at setbacks as a learning experience and, use determination and a positive attitude to overcome the setback. Here is my answer to this question. When I first started work, I was part of a team whose responsibility was to complete and deliver an important project for a client. We all worked really hard on the project for 3 months. However, when we came to deliver the project, the client refused to pay the invoice because we had failed to deliver the exact specification on one particular element of the project. The setback was entirely our fault. We immediately took responsibility for the issue, put things right before resubmitting the project to the client for reconsideration. They were then happy to pay the invoice. Now, whenever a setback occurs, I always take ownership of the situation, I put things right, and above all, I learn lessons from the situation so I can continually improve and develop and also prevent the same thing from happening again. Now, whatever response you use, that final part, whenever a setback occurs, I always take ownership of the situation, put things right, learn lessons, and then make sure I improve and develop so it doesn't happen again, is the important part in my opinion. It's a positive indicator of how you work, okay? So that's the important part in my opinion, is how you respond to the setback. Now, I have got a large number to run through, so please do stick around, but if you want to download my United Nations Interview Questions and Answers Guide, there's a link that's appeared in the top right-hand corner of that video. You don't have to click it yet because I've got more questions to run through, but don't forget all proceeds of the sale from that guide go to UNICEF. Next question. Tell me how you would explain something complex or difficult to someone who did not have the same level of knowledge as you. So I'll just quickly repeat that interview question. Tell me how you would explain something complex or difficult to someone who did not have the same level of knowledge as you. So again, this is a competency-based interview question. Here is my answer for you. I fully understand the importance of communicating effectively and using a style that is conducive to your audience. And on that basis, in this type of situation, I would first of all ascertain exactly which aspect of what it was I was trying to explain was not being understood. I would then look to explain it in a different manner. For example, I would cut out any jargon, simplify the text or choice of words I was using, and also look to use relatable scenarios and situations to clearly get the information across and understood. It would be my responsibility to know my audience well and to bridge any knowledge gaps that were present. As human beings, we are also better learning and absorbing from a visual perspective, so if I could use relatable drawings or diagrams whilst communicating, I most certainly would do. Finally, after encouraging open questions, I would make sure I confirmed and clarified the person fully understood my message and my explanations. So that's a great answer. It shows that you are thinking outside the box and you are looking at different ways to getting your message across and then confirming by asking open questions that they do in fact understand exactly what you are telling them. Next question. Describe a situation when you put the needs of a client or a customer first. So describe a situation when you put the needs of a client or a customer first. Here is my suggested answer. In my previous job, I was speaking to a customer on the telephone who needed help understanding one of our products. The customer had limited technical ability, and so I decided to go the extra mile and help her fully understand the product. Under normal circumstances, I was not permitted to spend any longer than 2 minutes on each call. However, I saw this as an exceptional situation and I felt it was in the best interest of the customer that we actually put her needs first. In all, it took me 13 minutes to answer all of her questions and to make sure she fully understood how the product worked. I understand the importance of looking after customers and clients and to make sure I put their needs first when the situation requires me to do so whilst working for the United Nations. Next question for your United Nations interview. Explain to me how you organise and plan your workload. So working in an organisation such as the United Nations, you, in my opinion, need to be really good at organising and planning your workload. So how do you actually do that? Here is my suggested answer. I organise and plan my work by following 4 specific steps. The first step, step 1, is to determine the task that needs my attention. During step 2, I will prioritise and sequence my work. I decide which tasks are the most important and then create a to-do list based on the order and priority of each task. During step 3, I always set a definitive timescale for completion of each task. Now, the timescale I choose will be very much dependent on when the client or my manager needs the task completing by. I always ensure all tasks are completed on time, and I will work extra hours if needed to fulfill my obligations. Now, finally, step 4 involves me looking to remove any obstacles or distractions that may hinder me from completing priority tasks. For example, if I have a non-urgent call or task booked in, I may move these to make way for the more important and priority work I need to complete. So that demonstrates that you've got a number of steps that you follow to make sure all of your work is organised and it is planned well in advance. So that shows that you are an organised person. Next question of your United Nations interview preparation. Describe a situation you were in when you encouraged a team to be more proactive or positive. This is quite a difficult question. Describe a situation you were in when you encouraged a team to be more proactive or positive. So this is another example of a competency-based interview question that focuses on the competency of teamwork. Here is my suggested answer. I actually really enjoy working as part of a team, and one particular situation comes to mind where I managed to motivate a team to get back on track to achieve our objectives. One day I was attending a meeting that involved lots of different internal team members, external stakeholders and clients. Now, the meeting did not have a specific agenda, and there was also no chairperson to control or direct the meeting. Now, as the meeting progressed, I felt we were drifting away from the meeting objectives, and so I decided to take ownership of the situation by encouraging everyone to be more focused on the meeting goals. I actually offered to chair the meeting myself, and with everyone's approval, I quickly drew up a list of items we needed to discuss. I then gave everybody the option to contribute to the discussion before making notes of the action points and then moving on to the next agenda item. Once the meeting was completed, everyone congratulated me for encouraging everyone to regain focus and clarity, and also for facilitating a more proactive approach to the meeting. So that shows that you can take ownership of situations and encourage everybody and say, look, come on, we need to be more positive, we need to be more proactive and fulfill our obligations as a team. So if you would like to download my full set of United Nations interview questions and answers, there's 17 in total. Click the link in the top right hand corner. Don't forget, all the proceeds go to UNICEF. We donate them on a quarterly basis, so all the profits from this video and that guide go direct to UNICEF. So it is a good cause. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, my LinkedIn link is in the description below the video. I hope you have a brilliant day. Thank you very much indeed for watching and tuning in and for subscribing to my CareerVids channel. And I wish you the best for passing your United Nations interview. Thank you very much.